I've never made this before, so I don't really know what we're really looking for. I'm Owen, this is Nonna knows, and today we're making Veal Saltimbocca. Ciao Nonna.
Ciao Nino.
Allora, facciamo saltimbocca con purè.
Secondo te come mai si chiamano saltimbocca? Devono essere così piccoli che saltano in bocca un pezzo, cioè solo pezzo, capito? Ne mangi uno, salta in bocca, ma deve essere così piccolo che non lo taglio col coltello, la forchetta, eccetera.
Nonna's recipes are very specific, which is what makes them so special. I'm on a mission to recreate them using her techniques. And when I'm done, I'm gonna give her a call, show her the results, and she'll give me a rating on a scale from 1 to 10.
Buon pranzo.
Baci, ciao.
Ciao.
Anche a te. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
So in front of us, we've got the ingredients for a classic veal saltimbocca with a side of puree, which is just Italian mashed potatoes. Obviously our veal cutlets, you gotta go to the butcher and have them basically fillet it super thin like this. Prosciutto, sage, and flour, that's what we'll coat it in. White wine for kind of deglaze and create that sauce. And then for the puree, the mashed potatoes, some russet potatoes, a little bit of milk, and Nonna's secret, a touch of Parmigiano. Kind of a lot going on here. Two dishes in on its own that require a good amount of work and technique. So this is gonna be a challenge, but we're gonna make Nonna proud. Let's get cooking.
Prima fai il purè.
We're going to peel this. We're adding this to a pot of boiling water. Big pinch of salt. She gave me just like the biggest eyeball of time. I asked her how long and she literally laughed.
Quando la patata non è cotta, quando tu fai conto, metti la forchetta e senti se la patata è cotta.
So I still asked her though, and she said about 15 minutes. So that's gonna take a while. While this boils and softens, we're gonna prepare our meat. Basically, the way in which Nonna does it is we roll them up. So we're basically creating, I don't even know the word in English, but Involtini, which I think just means rolled up. The biggest thing here is you don't want your filling, as in the prosciutto, to exit the border. So it's all on the inside. She does one piece of prosciutto, one single leaf of sage directly in the center. And I've never made this before, so I don't really know what we're really looking for. I've eaten this a bunch of times. We just roll it up like a little veal burrito of sorts. I think what we're using is, what I remember Nonna saying is they're pretty small.
Così piccoli, così piccolo che non lo taglio.
She was showing me the sizing. I want to say she uses about half the size of the veal, but I could be wrong. We're gonna go with this because this looks correct. I've seen two methods, the toothpick method, or in this case, you take your twine and you roll it tight. Nonna says twine is better. It allows for an even sear all over the meat.
Perché se lo tiri con lo stecchino, siccome devono rosolare bene,
Ho pensato
cioè
di questo,
devono,
sì.
Lo stecchino ti impedisce di rosolarli bene, capito?
Sì, sì.
So that's what we're gonna do. Give it a little knot. Here we go. And now we flour this. This is an important step because it'll really help create sort of crust and texture around the meat. I do think these are huge because saltimbocca translates directly to jump in mouth. Bocca mouth, saltare to jump. This is really big. I don't think I'm gonna be plopping this. A lot of innuendos we can go with here. Yeah, this is huge. I'm gonna try one half of the size of the veal and see if that works. Two individual pieces of cutlet now. I kind of like the idea though of still using a whole piece of prosciutto, one piece of sage. It's still decently sized, it's just a lot more manageable. So go with that. We're gonna start having these. Infarinare, roll it in some flour. That seems much better and more manageable to me. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's not filled with cheese or anything that would like leak or ooze out. I'm not too worried now. After making these, I think we'll be okay. My biggest fear really, making sure the inside gets cooked through. I don't do a lot of like stuffed or rolled meats, especially veal. So definitely give it its time to cook and we should have no problems. All right, so been about 15, 20. Let's check on the potatoes. Definitely fork tender. I just stabbed it with a fork and they're falling apart. Ah! There we go. So I have a few tools to just hand mash. There we go. Yeah, 50 grams of butter, about half a stick. There we go. Into the pot. And so while that slowly melts, we're gonna stream in the warm milk as well. So she said she uses about a half cup in total. So we're just gonna do a little splash at a time. And from what I remember, Nonna's puree is silky, borderline liquidy. I was asking her what consistency you're looking for.
Tipo bicchiere, 2 bicchieri.
A occhio.
Oh, okay.
We're going with a little bit more now. Another big splash. I'm happy with that. A big pinch of salt. And then Nonna adds just a touch of Parmigiano.
Per sapore.
Più calorie.
We'll mix that all together. Okay, so now we just let that chill. And now we can move on to the Veal Saltimbocca. So get your pan hot on medium high oil. And on top of the oil, Nonna said to add a knob of butter.
Segreto, tu come chef lo devi conoscere, se metti un pochino di olio, il burro non brucia mai.
You can hear the sizzle. So one by one, we're gonna sear all the sides and let those really brown on each side before we deglaze the pan.
E intanto però li sali, metti il sale. Girandoli naturalmente.
I love this dish. So we're basically on the last side of the veal. Still a little bit hesitant because as you can tell, that inside is not cooked. But that's okay, the wine should really help. So for this, we're going with white wine and just...
Ci metti mezzo bicchiere di vino bianco.
Ok.
a good splash. Oh yeah, these definitely look cooked. That pink is prosciutto. Don't get it mixed up with the veal. So we can leave it uncovered and let this evaporate. I added a lot of wine. I don't think we needed that much, but one note Nonna said was if you want more sauce, add more wine. If there's ever an option for more sauce, I'm gonna take it. We'll let this reduce a little bit, but these little guys are pretty much done. I'm gonna get some scissors and cut the string because Nonna made a good point too. Definitely cut them before. It's kind of a bitch to do it with a knife. Just be careful. It still stays intact, which is great. All right, these are done. They may not be the prettiest. Trust the process here. They taste awesome. The sauce is quite liquidy. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. I feel like it really needs it. Otherwise it would be too liquidy. We're ready to plate. We have the puree. Nice portion. We'll go with 2, 3 of these guys. Let's pour in some of that sauce right on top and a little bit on the puree as well. And that is Veal Saltimbocca with puree. All right, well, I gotta give Nonna a call because I have my doubts. I know it's gonna taste great, but I don't know. All right, let's give her a call. I'm nervous. Ciao, ciao Nonna.
Ciao Nino.
Ho fatto il saltimbocca. Non so se lo vedi. Cosa pensi? Sono troppo grandi o...
No, non sono belli.
I failed her.
Andavano più scottati.
Però dentro è bello.
No, dentro è cotto.
Sì, allora assaggio.
Mamma mia, altro è coso qui. Com'è?
È buono, molto buono.
Secondo me avevano bisogno di essere più, sono troppo grandi e
Sì.
devi fare più piccoli intanto. Brutti, sono anche brutti.
Nonna, dai.
Poi vanno rosolati, non devono essere così bianchi.
Forse ho messo troppo vino, perché tu hai detto se vuoi tanto sugo, butti il vino.
No,
Mezzo bicchiere.
mi fai ridere, dai. Ma insomma, secondo me ne ho messo troppo. Il rotolino 6 meno.
Penso che è troppo alto. Dopo che la roba che mi hai detto...
No,
4 o
ma
5, nonna.
No, Nino, non voglio darti, come si dice in Italia, l'insufficienza. Voglio spronarti, voglio incoraggiarti dandoti...
Grazie nonna.
Ciao.
Ciao.
I failed her. This is a good learning experience. You know, it was very encouraging. I love how going into this series, I was like, oh, it's my Nonna. She's sweet. Even if they're terrible, she's gonna say they're good. No, she'll let you know. She used the word brutto, which just is straight up like, they're just bad. But you know, we love that. We need that criticism. I think I just rushed the process. It's kind of how I cook. I'm impatient. On the bright side, she did say she's gonna make it for me and show me in person. So that's a huge win. This is a good learning experience, you know? Just goes to show not everyone can do this. But get in there and try.